everybody, Seth here with another World of Warcraft guide. So, we are going to cover bear tanking spec. This is going to be PvE, of course, as it is a tank spec. And it should be fairly entertaining to do. So, for picking feral, we get Mangle, Aggression, Vengeance, Feral Instincts, which really only applies to cats, and the Mastery at 80, Savage Defender, which increases the damage absorbed by your Savage Defense ability, and each additional point of Mastery scales it 4% more. So, let's go into the tree. We have Feral Swiftness, Fur, and Predatory Strikes. You want to grab Feral Swiftness for free 4% dodge, and Fur is nice because you can switch into Bear and have Rage ready to go for your charge right off the bat. Predatory Strikes you don't want to pick up because it's mainly a cat ability and a PvP ability, because you shouldn't be switching out of Bear form ever. So the fact that you can make a nature spell and instant cast is inapplicable, and you can't use Ravage when you're in a bear. You are a bear. In a bear. Awkward. Infected Wounds, Fury Swipes, Primal Fury, and Feral Aggression. You want Primal Fury so you can get more Rage when you crit. More Rage means more freedom to threat gen, I should say. And then you want to pick up Feral Aggression so that your Fairy Fire applies 3 stacks at once. The Ferocious Bite is inapplicable, as that is a cat ability. However, being able to stack Fairy Fire 3 with 1 cast will save you some GCDs. Less GCDs wasted means more threat, you guessed it. And go ahead and I would say pick up Fury Swipes, probably going to backfill, as that is an easy 310% weapon damage free attack every once in a while. Nothing wrong with that. Next we have King of the Jungle, Feral Charge, Stampede, and Thick Hide. Grab Feral Charge, that's a good way to start any pull, of course, and that leads to Stampede, which is nice, as that will increase your haste after you Feral Charge in bear form. Increase haste means, you guessed it, more threat. More threat means that you will be able to hold everything better. They definitely helped with bear threat gen in this expansion, at least in my opinion. And of course you want to grab 3 ranks of Thick Hide, because that is where you get your uncritability from, as well as increased armor contribution is also wonderful, as well as increased armor in bear form, period. Next row we have Leader of the Pack, which is good because that will provide 4% of your total health when you gain critical strikes, and also that increases critical strike of everyone in your party by 5%, melee specifically. So that is always a good thing. You crit, and when you crit you heal yourself. Yum. We also have Brutal Impact and Nurturing Instinct. At this point I would recommend probably looking at backfilling, as Brutal Impact is nice because the Skull Bash cooldown is greatly reduced. However, it's not as vital as some of the other things that we have passed over, and Nurturing Instincts is strictly a PvP/cat ability, as you should not be healing while tanking in PvE, with the exception of your Frenzied Regen, and you will not be in cat form, so that second part does not apply, obviously. So go ahead and backfill Fury Swipes, 2 there, and grab King of the Jungle, 1 of 3. Expect to fill that soon. Survival Instincts is a bear's last stand. Very good, very nice cooldown. You definitely want to grab it. Endless Carnage is debatable, as it will increase the duration of your Pulverize, which we'll get in the next row. So I'm going to hold off on that and look back at it. And Natural Reaction, definitely, as that reduces damage taken in bear form, obviously good, as well as a free 6% dodge in bear form. And you get Rage when you dodge, which is unique, because I don't even think warriors get Rage when they dodge. So definitely a vital talent there. And then backfill King of the Jungle, yum. So we unlock the next row, Blood in the Water, strictly and only a cat ability, because Ferocious Bite and Rip are both finishing moves. You cannot use finishing moves in bear form. Rend and Tear, definitely want to take this, if not for itself, at least for Pulverize. This increases the damage of Maul and Shred. Shred is your AoE tanking ability, very nice. Increased damage there means you'll be able to hold AoEs better. As well as increasing Maul's damage, I believe you can glyph so that Maul hits multiple targets, so increasing that will help AoE threat as well, and of course single target threat is to follow. And then we get Pulverize, which is a very cheap ability, 15 rage, and it deals 120% weapon damage plus additional damage if the target is lacerated, and you should be lacerating your primary target, if not all targets. I know it can get difficult to tab through and do that, but if you can, it makes you all the better tank. This also increases your melee critical strike chance for each lacerate consumed, which is awesome because when you crit, you heal yourself for 4% with the Leader of the Pack ability. So that is always a good thing. Lots of threat coming from this ability right here. And then if you took Endless Carnage, that bonus critical strike chance would be extended for 8 seconds. And I believe your Savage Defense procs when you crit as well, so that increased crit chance will greatly help your DR, because as you recall from Mastery, Savage Defense reduces the damage of the next incoming attack by a ridiculous amount. So I would say grab Endless Carnage. Berserk is a nice talent because it's a little, you need to kind of break it down here. The first sentence actually has nothing to do with the ability you gain from this. Your Lacerate periodic damage has a 30% chance to refresh the cooldown of your Mangle Bear ability and make it cost no rage. You do not need to pop Berserk to have that ability active. That's always there, so that's fantastic to pick up Berserk for that alone. That's awesome. 30% of the time Lacerate's going to be popping your Mangle. That's more threat, more damage output. It's just good all around. Also, when you pop Berserk, Mangle now hits multiple targets and has no cooldown, which is obviously self-explanatory awesome. The more targets you hit, the more chances you have to roll for a crit, and when you crit, you reduce the incoming damage you're receiving. Also, it makes you immune to fears, which is nice for bosses and mobs that have fear bombs, which can be very frustrating, such as the giant horrors in SFK Courtyard, which was ridiculous. So, that leaves backfilling and the other two trees. So I would say 202 Endless Carnage. Can look at Primal Madness, which would cause Berserk to instantly generate 12 rage when popped. Not bad at all. Infected Wound slows the attack speed and movement speed of the target. Debatable. Brutal Impact, meh. Nurturing Instinct Cat ability. If we look over here, Nature's Grace, no. Starlight Wrath, no. Nature's Majesty, no. It's all spell related, same thing with the second row. This one we have Blessing of the Grove, Moonfire and Rejuve, no. Naturalist, Healing Touch and Nourish, no. Heart of the Wild increases your intellect and stamina in bear form, as well as AP and cat. The stam increase of 6% in bear form is vital. I would say you need to pick that up. 6% more stamina is epic. And then grab Natural Shapeshifter to get to the second row, where you can pick up Master Shapeshifter, which provides 4% increased physical damage from bear form, which provides, you guessed it, more threat. You think they figured out bears had threat problems in Watlook? Also in this row, there's an interesting talent, Perseverance, which reduces all spell damage taken by 6%. Quite interesting. So, at this point, these last 3 points, you can choose where to put them. I would say what you have set up right here would be considered the primary optimization. These last 3 points are your choice as to where to put them. If you think you need to reduce the cooldown on your Skull Bash, go for it. If you want to cause Berserk to give you Rage, go for it. If you want to slow the attack speed of someone, go for it. However, 6% less spell damage received is going to give you an edge over tanks like Paladins and Warriors, because Paladins and Warriors get torn apart by casters, with the exception of course, Spell Reflect from Warriors. So, giving you that 6% reduced magic damage taken is definitely an edge up on those two. However, I still would not take a bear over a knight for caster tanking any day. Death Knights are awesome at caster tanking, but that's for another time. So this would be my choice for a bear tank spec in Cataclysm. So, thank you for watching. This has been Sethaldor in the Guild Sacrilege on the server Blade's Edge on the character Taladorna on bear PvE tank specking. Thank you for watching. Can't wait to put another one out for you. And thanks for all the support. Catch you later.